Hello everyone, my name is Peter Shegun, also known as G.P.S. Now I'm going to be using this medium to prove this to you today, which says, prove that x raised to power minus 1 equals to 1 over x. Now, there is one thing you have to take note of when you want to prove something like this, which is the binary operation. Binary operation. So if you don't have a good knowledge of binary operation, you are going to be having problems with this. Now there is something you need to know about binary operation, which is if we have A asterisk E equals to A. Now this is called identity element. E is called identity element. Now anytime you asterisk any quantity with E, it will give you that back. So if I have M asterisk E, it will give us what? M. Take note of that. And also, X asterisk X inverse will give us E, which is this. And if we have M asterisk M inverse will give us E, which is the identity element. So this is called the inverse method. The inverse of elements under binary operation. So if you don't have a good knowledge of binary operation, you might have problem with this. Are you there with me? So it becomes x. So look up. It becomes x raised to power minus 1 equals to 1 over x. So what we'll do is, if we have a asterisk b is equals to ab, which is this. In this kind of condition, we have a asterisk b equals to ab. So we are going to be using this to deal with it. Now, the first and foremost thing we need to look for is our identity elements. So we have a asterisk e equals to, using this, if we have a asterisk e, means this b has turned to what? A. So it becomes ae. Now, having this condition. Don't forget, I told you anything asterisk with the identity element will give us that, which is a asterisk e will give us a. Now that means this a asterisk e is actually a. So we'll change it. It becomes a equals to ae. Don't forget our objective. Our objective is to find e, which is the identity element. Now divide both sides by a. This cancel this. Then a here 1, a here 1. Therefore, our identity element is 1. Now we've gotten our identity element to be 1. The next thing is for us to get the inverse, because we are proving that this is actually equals to this. So what do we have? It becomes, now using this identity, we have x asterisk x inverse equals to x inverse. Take note, there is a difference between x and x inverse. Because of that, I'm going to put a point to show that there is a difference between it. So I'm going to be dealing with it differently. Now, I told you earlier in this place that anytime we have x asterisk x inverse, is the same thing as your identity element. Therefore, x asterisk x inverse is equal to e. So means I'm going to replace this with e, will become e equals to x inverse. Now, our e at the beginning here is 1. So I'm going to replace this one with 1 equals to x inverse. Don't forget, what we are looking for is x inverse, which is we are proving it to be this. So our x is here, we'll have to divide both sides by x in order to get our x inverse. So this we cancel this. Therefore, our x inverse equals to 1 over x. Now I've successfully proved to you that x raised to power minus 1 equals to 1 over x. And also, if you are coming here for the first time, if you are looking at this video for the first time, please click on the subscribe button and also give us a thumb up to show that you like or you understand this, and also share the link with your friends. Take note, my name will remain the same thing as G.P.S. Meet you in the next. Hello everyone, my name is Peter Shegun. So we are going to be using that same method, which is G.P.S. method, to actually solve it. So let's move. So I said it earlier that you're going to make x in the subject of formula in both equations, but this time around we don't have x here. We have my. So I love my students to be versatile. You understand? You can decide to make any of the variable Sawyer formula, either m or y. But I will decide to make y the Sawyer formula. Are you there with me? So this we are making what? Solocom. Now I'm introducing it to Solocom So look at me, solve out Lucy composite question using mathematics. So if you're watching this video for the first time, please, I would love you to subscribe. Just press the subscribe button. So let's move. We have the question to be 5m minus 2y equals to 6, which is the equation 1, and 2m plus 3y, which is the equals to 10, which is the equation 2. So what do you do? Make I want to make y the SOF, that is Sawyer formula, in equation 1 and 2. Equation 1 and 2. So what do we have? The first one says 5m minus 2y equals to 6, equation 1. So we are making y the Sawyer formula now. We want to make y to stand alone. Means this is the first hindrance. Carry to the other side. It becomes minus 2y equals to 6. Now these have a positive sign here. Carrying to the other side becomes a negative one. So it becomes minus 5m. Then the next thing is y is hindered by minus 2. But divide both sides by minus 2. All over minus 2. Let's cancel this. Then we have our y equals to. Now, there is an invisible plus here that cannot be seen. But plus divided by minus will give us a minus. Which means the minus can come up. Which is a minus in bracket of 6 minus 5m. All over 2. So if the minus multiply this bracket becomes minus 6 plus 5m equals to 2, then you can decide to rewrite y equals to 5m minus 6 all over 2. You call it equation 3. Now you take equation 2, which equation 2 is given as 2m plus 3y equals to 10, which is 2m plus 3y equals to 10, equation 2. So we are making y the Sawyer formula. It becomes, carry this to the other side of the equation, becomes 3y equals to 10 minus 2m. You know why there is minus, this is a plus, becomes a minus here. So you divide both sides by minus 3, you divide both sides by 3, and 3. This cancels this. Y equals to 10 minus 2m all over 3. You call it equation 4. Now you have your equation 3 and your equation 4. The next thing you do is y in equation 3 equals to y in equation 4. So we equate both of them together. Equating both of them together looks like the first one, which is 5m minus 6 all over 2 equals to 10 minus 2m all over 3. You cross multiply. When you cross multiply, it becomes 3 in bracket of 5m minus 6 equals to 2 in bracket of 10 minus 2m. Hope you are getting it. Now what we'll do is, this 3 will multiply this. So it becomes 3 times 5 will give us a 15m. Then 3 times 6 will give us minus 18. Equals to 2 times 10 will give us 20. 2 times minus 2 will give us minus 4m. So what we'll do is, this is a family member. They are family member. We'll bring them together. Bringing them together look like 15m. We have minus 4m here. Coming here becomes plus 4m. Equals to 20. You bring this to the other side of the equation too. Becomes plus 18. So when you add this together, it will give us 19m. Equals to, what is 20 plus 18? That will give us what? 38. Then we divide both sides by 19. By 19. 19 here 1. 19 here 1. 19 here 1. 19 in 38 will give us a 2. Then we have our m equals to 2. Now for you to get the value of m to be equals to 2, then you will good. You can get the value of y, because we make y this way a formula both in equation 1 and equation 2, and we know what y is. So let's rub off this side to be able to get the value of our y. So don't forget, you just have to recall that your y in equation, let's use substitute 2 as m in equation. Now you can use any equation of your choice, but me, I will decide to use equation 4. Equation 4 states that y equals to 10 minus 2m all over 3. So what do we have? What we need to do is to substitute the value. They say substitute 2 as m. Means anywhere we see m here, we are going to put 2. So it becomes y equals to 10 minus 2 in bracket of 2 all over 3. Now y equals to 10 minus 4 all over 3. Then y equals to 6 all over 3. 3 here, 1, 3 here, 2. Therefore, our m equals to 2 and our y equals to 2. So with this, you can solve any simultaneous equation using this method.